Hi there, it's Lindsey here. Today I just wanted to share with you how we budgeted to build this house on one income. Over the years I've gotten a lot of questions from friends and family, and now a lot of questions from you guys on how we budgeted to build our house and how we budget just in general, even when we're not working on a big project. Budgeting is how we've managed to build this house debt-free. We built it little by little as we could afford it, and now we own it with no mortgage. So, big plus. So if you are new here, my family and I live in a 576 square foot house that we built ourselves, and we did have to do a lot of budgeting to do that because we were living in the city at that time. We had a mortgage, all that good stuff went into it, so we did in fact have to budget for this. And budgeting wasn't something that was natural to me. I had never budgeted before. It wasn't something I learned in school. It wasn't something that I was taught. Like, budgeting was foreign. So this is gonna be kind of a high level 101 type, like how we began budgeting. I'm definitely not a financial expert, but this is just kind of what's worked for us, and it's gotten us to where we are right now. And we're actually about to start building on to our addition, so that's why this came up, is how we're budgeting for that addition. I'm hoping that this video will help you with some tips and tricks to that, but like I say, we're about to build on an addition, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell will let you know when I post new videos so you don't miss any of the fun. So when we first began budgeting, I had just had Ollie and I had decided to quit my job, and budgeting was no longer an option. It had to be done because we went to half the income that we were used to, and we were now a family of 3 instead of a family of 2. So the first thing that we did was analyze our budget. So we took, you have to do at least a month, but we took a month's worth of bank statements. It would be nice to do like 3 months worth of bank statements so you can really get a good look at where your money's going. So that'll give you the categories that you're looking at, what you're spending your money on now, and that'll kind of show you what you can cut back on. But I definitely think that figuring out where your money is going is the most important part. Like, are you spending $500 a month on eating out? Because I think we were at that point. It's outrageous to look and see where the pennies and dimes go. When you're swiping your card, you know, there's $3 here, $8 here, but all that adds up in the month. So definitely figuring out where your money is going every single month will get you on track to actually start budgeting. So our main areas were grocery store, eating out, or restaurants. And then we had just random miscellaneous is what we called it, which is when we went to Walmart or Target and we knew it wasn't food. So whatever that would have been. And then for us, we have a small little farm situation. So we definitely have animal food, and we have animal food now. So that's part of our budget. Back then it really wasn't. We had like a bag of chicken food every week or 2, and that was about it. Okay, so once you have analyzed your bank statement, what I do is actually just take my bank statement. This is a little rudimentary, but it worked for me. And I opened up an Excel spreadsheet, or you can go on Google Drive and open up one there. But just open that up and go line by line. So line by line, you'll have the place that you spent and the amount, and then you'll have the category. And then you sort it by category and total it at the end. So that'll definitely give you where your money is going. And you get on to creating a budget. So we knew now where our money was going. We were spending entirely too much money eating out. I guess with a new kid, it was just like, okay, can you pick something up on the way home? Ollie was very difficult for us because he didn't sleep, like, ever. It was just a really difficult time, and we ate out a lot. But we decided to cut out a lot of that. Now, you have to be realistic when you're creating your budget. I know that I'm not gonna cut out every single restaurant. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna cook dinner every single night because I am the only one that cooks. So if you're the only one that cooks, you know you're gonna want a night out, whether that's ordering pizza, actually going out, and you'll kind of know where your budget needs to be with that. We did cut out the majority of our eating out. So now we have a very small budget for eating out. Well, I say small budget because some people may think it's big. I did leave room in our restaurant budget in case Jay had to pick up lunch for some reason, if he didn't have leftovers or if he didn't pack anything. So there's room there for that, and then for us to go out at least once a week. So I don't have to cook and clean dishes, which you know is my favorite thing to do if you've been around very long. Okay, so with this budget, you know you're gonna have all your fixed bills, and those are things that will not change. Those are house payment, car payment, insurance. Maybe you have a medical bill that's gonna be a long-standing medical bill. So all those will be credit cards. All those will be fixed payments. You can pretty much lump those together, take your income minus your fixed bills, and that'll leave you with what money you have left over. And when creating your budget out of what you have left over, you're gonna try to scale down as much as possible. So for us, we stopped getting cable television. I never had cable television when I was a kid. Jay always had it. So I kind of adopted it when he and I moved in together, and I thought it was really awesome. Cable TV is cool, but I was like, okay, we're spending over $150 a month for cable. It seemed like a very, very unnecessary expense. So we cut out cable entirely and went to like Netflix or Hulu. I think that we had Hulu at the time. So it was like $8.99 a month compared to what it was, which was $150 a month. So it really didn't make any sense to have cable television when Hulu and internet were available. We found that when we were watching cable television that we really weren't watching, we flipped around a lot and we weren't really even able to watch full shows because we are not commercial people and we hate commercials. Maybe as you're looking at your budget, see what you can switch out to things that are a lot cheaper, like cable to a streaming service. Much cheaper, no commercials. Even if your budget is really, really slim, there's gonna be ways that you can slim it out even more and start to save a little bit money. Honestly, even if it's $1 a month, you're still saving money. You're still putting that money back. So don't feel bad for that. Now, there are a lot of people who budget using the Dave Ramsey envelope method. Cash, we tried this first. So we tried a cash-based budget initially. It did not work for us. I felt like we were spending more money using the cash. We would spend all of it. And using our card, we wouldn't feel like we had to spend all of it. It's a strange situation for me. Maybe it's not like this for everybody, but for me, if the cash was in my wallet, I kind of felt like I needed to spend it. So I ended up spending more money using the cash method than I did using the card swipe. But I'll show you guys how we keep up with our budget on a weekly basis, and I'll kind of show you what our budget is. This is what we've budgeted for all of our household cleaning products, food, our animal food, eating out, and we also have a flex in there. If you have room for it in your budget, it's really nice to have flex money. So if you do feel like I really want new headphones, or I really, you know, I need this, then you have room in your budget to go do that and you don't feel like you're deprived. This is kind of what our budget tracker looks like. This is how I keep up with our budget every month. So maybe it's a little bit rudimentary. I don't care because it works for me. It's a lot easier for me than keeping up with cash and spending cash every month, but this is what it looks like. This is my budget tracker. So our expenses are, this is our grocery store budget. It's about $150 a week. Now, your budget's gonna look different than mine. $150 a week for groceries may seem like a lot to you, but we buy primarily organic foods, and hopefully with this year, with our garden, we'll put away more food, so this budget may even go down next year. Cross our fingers. Okay, so this is our grocery store budget. This is our animal budget. It's $200 bi-weekly. We are feeding quite a few animals. We've got 5 goats, 4 dogs, 4 dogs, 36 chickens, and a cat. So I feel like $100 a week is pretty good for feeding all those animals. The goats get goat ration and hay, and that kind of covers all their minerals and any meds that I need to purchase for them. And we usually come a little under budget, but I like to keep that budget a little bit higher just in case we do have an emergency situation or I need to take them to the vet or anything like that. That would come out of that budget too. So our restaurant budget is $50, and like I say, that does include if Jay needs to go out and eat lunch or something like that. And Audrey and I usually take a lunch together on Fridays. We just go somewhere cheap and kind of share something so it's not that expensive. And then we have our flex budget. So if I find a good, our flex budget is if I find a good deal on groceries and I want to stock up on something, it'll come out of the flex budget. If we feel like we need to go out to eat more than once, or if that kind of gets out of control, it comes out of the flex budget. So we don't feel like we're going over budget. It's still within our budget, but it's just not under the individual thing. So the flex budget is a really nice to have. I feel pretty fortunate that we have that. But yeah, that's kind of how we keep up with our budget. Just in an overview, tracking and seeing where your money goes is definitely the most important part of the whole thing. You've got to know where it's leaking before you can stop up that leak and figure out where you can cut back. But I think it's important to remember that anything that you're saving is better than overspending. So even if it's a coin jar that you have and you keep putting coins in it. I know that one of my subscribers commented when I was cleaning out my purse and stuff that when they clean out the coins from their purse, they save it for Christmas money, and I think that's such a good idea. So thank you so much for that tip, and I wanted to pass that along to you. There are ways to save even when the budget's tight, and I know our budget's gonna get a lot tighter once we start really shelling out money to build this house. Hopefully really, really soon. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope you got some good tips and tricks from this video. I don't know if it was kind of random or if you actually had some good information in it, but if you have any questions, I'll be in the comments below to answer them all, and I will see you guys there. Bye.